Hello and welcome, my name is Nilaus and this is episode 95 of our Let's Play campaign of Factorio with Bulk Mods, Angels Mods, Uranium Power, and the last and great addition is Logistic Train Network. So in the past few episodes we looked at Logistics Train Network and I have spent a lot of time since then on improving the base. So the entire base is now converted into Logistics Trains. That's why for this episode and maybe a couple more, but not in the long run, you will hear and see messages popping up here because I want to monitor how this is working. And this is when something should come up to accentuate my point. Anyway, since a lot of time has passed, I've made some few additions. I've made these lights here that indicate it marks it blue. Each light is 100,000. It fills up gradually. You can see this one is only at 800,000, while all the ones that are marked out above 1 million is marked blue. So at a glance I can see, alright, only Bobmonium and Rubite is less than 1 million in stock. So what I would like, oops, there we go, see that one. 1800 empty barrels from plastic 3 outbound to water and barrels inbound. It's a pretty damn amazing way, see, and it just keeps going. 1000 transistors outbound towards logistics ports inbound. I am so much in love with this mod. This was everything I wanted from this base, except that I didn't know it existed. So I'm quite impressed. It really changes the dynamics of how the base works. Now, one of the things that I've had some issues with, it's gonna catalysts. I mean, just keep an eye out on it, and it will be here for this episode. Maybe the next. Please let me know if it's totally annoying or it's actually pretty cool to know what's going on around the base. I sort of have somewhere in between, right? Anyway, so one of my issues was that when I have trains, they come and pick up coal because every single one of these circuit or these city blocks needs coal to fuel the trains. However, I also have coal out here at this location, and they had a tendency to go out there. So there are two reasons why I want to fix that. One is I don't want them going out there. I want them to go in here. The other one is I want them to actually, I might as well do it more efficiently if I can. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to build some more efficient things here by simply crushing it and then working from there. Good. So let's build this small thing. My intention is also that we will then do a tour of the base afterwards, so we can start fixing it so that they actually request the crushed instead of requesting what they're doing now. There. And let's output it here and in. Copy, paste, paste, paste. And I guess this one should have an extra N. Copy and paste. I wonder if this is enough to fill a belt. I kind of suspect that it isn't. And maybe I need another 2. See, 10,000 angels ores, 5, that's rubite. So that means finally the very, very small rubite. This means it's something I need to fix. I have rubite somewhere, there. This very small thing here. It cannot support it. So when it fills up to 10,000, I send a train out to get it, but not before. It's actually working quite well. Now I made a mistake here. I should not have done like that. I should actually have made a bit more room for it. So let's build it there, because then I can make like that. Let's build those and move on with it. I could make the better ones, but I don't have the capability for doing that right now. And I think I'm running out of belts. Well, I should request the belts. That's pretty easy. But right now I want to focus on this part. There. So we're gonna have to take a lot of these things out and put them into here. But that's something I can do later on myself. I really want to have them request the crushed ore instead. And the way I have to do it is actually I need to move that here. That's a bit of a drag to do that, to be honest. And I just want to clean it out. The reason why I want to clean it out because I want this to tell the rest of the network that it has here, that it has crushed. So let's look at this one. This is what it tells the network. Now that doesn't tell anything about having coal, but it says it has crushed coal. Now it has more than 1,000, so we can now start. And they're working quite well. Let's take the train, or actually let's take my cute little train here. And I don't have any fuel for it. Let's grab some. Oops, I do have carbon as fuel. That should work well. Let's just start somewhere. Where do we want to start heading? Let's start with some of the. Let me see which one is. I need to find a good one because I have actually made some pretty cool changes. Okay, we'll just. I'll see if I can go manually and figure it out. Is there anything up here? Yeah, there's something up here. And yeah, let's take this module part. It's not very busy one, but it has the right structures because I've built it for scale. So I've had to go through every single one of my bases and build structures such as this. Let's just walk through it. Basically, the idea is here that this is not really a good one because it's jammed. But anyway, I'm careful not to stand on the tracks. I'm bringing it in here, inbound. I'm requesting here how much I want, inbound of everything. This is the one we're going to change. So we're going to have to change something here. And that means also this one has to change to be crushed as well. Where's the crushed? It's over here. And then I suppose that needs to get out. And here we also have to add the crushed. Copy, paste. So now at this point, this will work if I start requesting the crushed ore here instead. Let's try and see how that works. Crushed ore, I'll request 1200. There we go. 1200 crushed ore, crushed coal crushed from coal main to module circuit board. In the meantime, let me explain this part because I'm actually quite happy with what I got. Basically what I'm doing is all of these 5 sources here, they must go into exactly this one. If we look at the content of this compared to the content of that, they're pretty much the same. They are very much the same actually. And that's the way I do it is I built, let's just rebuild it. Basically what I do is I take an arithmetic and then I take the content of this one and pipe it in here. So now it goes in. Oh, there we go. Here's our crushed. That gets loaded and gets now in here. So from now on, this is what they'll use on the trains. Excellent. Now back to this this one. So basically I take, this is called each one inbound, and then each one I multiply by -1. So basically I was saying inbound here, now I send that out to this power pole. This will then have I also have it from inbound here. So I take what's coming in here as a positive number and what's coming in here as a negative number. Meaning that if it's a negative number in total, let's just move, for example, all of the pollution parts over here. You can see on this pole that it's minus 7,700 because it's this as a negative number, 7,700 negative plus 140. And then I hook it up to these filter inserters that will then only operate when it's a negative number. Negative number means that this number is, there's more in this warehouse than in that warehouse. And then it start pushing it over until they are even, pretty much even. This means the reason why I make it even is because when the train comes in and there are 1,000 in this location, it'll go in and it'll only load from one location. It even actually gets even worse if what is being requested takes up 2 wagons, then it'll come in and it'll only fill one, but the other one will never fill. Let's actually just get that, and then we can see what it looks like. Okay. There. Now it's just evening out the rest of it. So, whoa, this is interesting. That one? Yeah, that one won't work. This is why this was a really bad example. Because this one is completely jammed, and I don't want them to be jammed. The reason why it's jammed is because this one is not working. Why is it actually not working? What is it missing? Is missing transistors? Have I even requested transistors? Oh yes, I have. They're coming. They're supposed to be over here. So how about if I do this and get some transistors, and then we put the transistors over here. That'll work much better. Did we get a lot of from transistors out into module circuit board 1? Excellent. I have now requested 2000 circuits. What are we doing here? This is one of the limitations. You're expecting you can get solder out of me? No way. That is not how it works here. Go away. That's the disadvantage of this way. Catalyst, see, now a lot of activity is coming. Now it's turning cold uraninite in. That's the part we need to change to the crushed coal. So let's see this working. So while it's working, let's monitor this power pole here. So for example, anytime it's a negative number, then it goes down. And I've also capped it so that this one, for example, is not extracting when it's more than 100. I'm never going to use these anyway, for maybe for a bit of research. But with the blue ones, I'll definitely use. However, this setup is not particularly practical. Oh, look at that. Look at that coming in. This is one of the things that there's sometimes just a bit of residual there, because one of these keeps something in hand and then it'll be just put in. That's perfectly fine. That's plastic bars out into integrated electronics. You can see here now how well it's working. And they are just trickling in here. Only thing that's really being used is the blue. But they won't even go far enough up there. Actually, that's a bit strange why these are working. Why are they working? Oh, it's just filling up the last of the belt here. So once that's done, it'll fill up. And the same with these. So let them just fill up. Let them stack up that so that the whole thing goes into the last belt. That one's almost done. From transistors outbound to logistic boards inbound. I'm so in love with this space now, this logistic train network. Oops, there's something there. Electronic circuit board in to logic board in. Well, that's also a mistake. That should never happen. You don't go from an inbound to an inbound. Let's have a look at this, because I think that's interesting. Those are the ones we want to find out. And then it generates a new one. Module circuit board in. Let's go. I think that might be due to one. That's definitely due to a mistake. What is it called? Module circuit board in. Module circuit board in. And we rush out. And then we get the opportunity to look at the base. Well, that was okay. It's because we're heading back. And look at this. There's no congestion in the network. That's really interesting, isn't it? That now that the trains are only driving when they need to, it's... What the hell are we doing? Module circuit. Ah, right. Okay. It's that one. Yeah, they think they can come here and pick up electronics component. That's not how it works. I'm sorry, but it isn't. Now go away. The problem with this, and this is actually the mod that does this, is that as long as this number is too big, let's actually take it out here. The problem here is that when it's a positive number, it tells it is a provider. And honestly, I don't want to provide from this one. I only want it to be inbound here. But as long as I have plus 12,000, then I can fix that in two ways. I can fix it by just saying, well, I want 10,000 here. That'll make the number much more reasonable. Still too large. What now? Oh, crap. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Then it generated a new module circuit board in. Why is it a minus 10,000? Oh yeah, that's requesting 10,000. This one is plus 6.4. Now this one, you need to go away. That's the way. Let's see, what else do we have? What else is way too high? 6.2 on the module board. No one else will request that. It's almost time to get more transistors in, but I can't get the transistors in because this is busy doing something else. And then we add for more transistors. Why are they? What are they working on? They're working on the solder, but solder is also way above what we need, right? It's 16,000 above. That is a crazy amount. Let's put it over here. I don't want it. I don't want that there. What's this one doing? This is doing the module board. Oh, they're not even being created anywhere. These ones, module case. Actually, I think it would be better if if the one over here would actually be one of the key ones, because they are actually really intensive. Those ones. Well, that's also intensive. But still, I'm filling this up too much. Let's see. What do we have here? We have 12,000. Too many of those. Wow. What's that? Green circuit to logic board in. Okay, so nothing affecting here. The yellow marker indicates that a train is inbound here. This one's inbound. It's actually coming here to... No, it's actually... This is perfect. Awesome. So let's see what happens. Let's get those transistors out, because the transistors are actually limiting. See, this is the problem. Because I just clicked them out of the second, it generated another transport. And most certainly, I do not need more of that. There. Unfortunately. Now it'll... I'll see if I can take it. Yeah. Just put it over here. That one as well. Over there. Have no use of it right now. How much? 11,000. So if I also add this one there, then it's less accentuated that it'll come here for solder. But it'll go back here for electronic components. Now this one is finally stockpiling. What did I cap this one to? 200? No way. I want 1,000 of that. And now this is completely full. So this is very nice. And it starts at this point filling up. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Let's actually jump further. Interesting. I was standing here and I drove a really long way around for the next one. Let's get into the next one and start fixing the coal issue. This one does not have a coal issue, so no matter. I made a combined location here, which actually works quite well. Now this one scales up. I have capped each one to 75,000, so it'll take half the space each. But then they're just standing there. So this one will not fill up any more than that. That's for basic components out to logic board in. That's good. So as you can see, there are some things that are not working completely flawless, but I don't mind that, to be honest. It's oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. That's the wrong way. I have to do it the opposite way. Now it's coming in here with more, and it shouldn't have. Here I will act crushed, and actually I don't want that much. That's the only one that needs to go. But you can see here that it is a bit spammy, and I can always increase the amounts. But if I do, then there are some, like, you don't want to transport around 2,000 ferric chloride containers or canisters. I have that stocked up. See, I have 5.7. All right, that kind of defeats the point. Anyway, in this case, this one also needs to add to crushed, and at this point, this one has a crushed, that one has a crushed, and I will then request some of the crushed ones. That's again electronic components. The transistors have been the bane of my existence for the longest time. Oh crap, did that happen? Oh shit, it did. I requested 12,000 of it. Oh fuck me. Yeah. Yeah, this is not ideal. I'm gonna have to pick up all of this crap. Oops, that's interesting. That one needs to go there. And I'm gonna pick these up, and then now 12,000 comes in. Ugh, that's not how it's supposed to go. Anyway, these go over here. Didn't we get something? That one is coal main. Let's have a look at it. What's it doing? Oh, it's just trying to load it. That's not gonna work. Can I change this number? I can. Let's just make it into 5,000. There we go. It's much more reasonable because it's gonna crash anyway. So I'm gonna have to wait here until it comes in, and then I try to grab what is too much. Here it comes. It unloads. I love this part where it just changes those set filters. There we go. Just filling it in like crazy. And I have to be careful about not taking too much out, but I can take half of it out. Did they get enough? They're a bit at minus. And moving on to the next one. The idea of this episode is just to show how this is working, because I think it's I'm totally totally impressed by how this works. This mod is just absolutely brilliant. It does that so much. Fuck me, I did it again. Holy shit, I'm not a good player. Why did I do that? Sorry for swearing. Why, oh why? See, now it comes in for the crushed. That was not how I wanted it. And I can't even pick anything up. Okay, but as I'm making mistakes, this takes a hell of a long time. What I'll do is I'd actually go around to every single one of my bases. I don't even have a clue how many there are. I mean, let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 here, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Then we have 12 here, so that's 34, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. And then if we count that oil and that oil, we have 50 bases. And I can't even pick this up. I'm just gonna have to accept that it's spamming me with crap. But anyway, I can see that it works, but this is exactly like when you make a request in the logistics network and accidentally type a 0 too much or request something else. Then the action has been committed to the network and they will bring it to you. So at this point, I'm gonna take all of that. All right, so this is working. I'd like to take all of this out though. That is, is problematic. Couldn't I put these in here? I don't think that's a good idea. No, I could, but it wouldn't be a good idea. I'm gonna put them in my car and then drive home safely somewhere. Those go in here and these as well. And in you go. Okay, we are gonna wrap it up here because just me fixing all the remaining ones is not exactly compelling gameplay. I think it's important for me to show how it works. Wow, these electronic components into the logic board, they're really busy. And now you know how it works. I've also created the tutorial not too long ago on sort of the intricacies of how to make it work. And yeah, I guess that should be enough to get started on it. I'm gonna keep these notifications running for a while because I want to make sure that I catch them and I see that it's working and that everything is working, and if something goes wrong, I want to know about it as well. Yeah, and down here I will be able to add those. Great. And then these have to be put in, I have no idea where. Anyway, that's these have to go back into circulation, and that's something I'm gonna do. So what we've built now is a way to convert it, a way to get this. How much do we actually have stored? We have 22,000, so that's gonna cover us for the next long while. That's good. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining. As you can see, the base has changed a lot. I will be trying to focus in the future episodes and more driving around so we can see more components. But now it's also time to progress with the tech tree that has been idling a bit for a while, but now it's time to really push it forward, for example with modules and also some of the components like titanium, for example, or maybe even gems. I mean, there are tons of things that we still have to on the to-do list. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you in the future episode. Cheers. Bye.